This is a quick look at the very basics of the text tool and creating text or type in Adobe Fireworks. So here's an example on the screen, the word dunk, which is a brand of biscuit that we're developing in a sort of bold orange font with a bit of a shadow behind it. And we're going to look at how we get there with the basic text tool. So first of all, I'll delete that. Over on the left hand side in the toolbar is the text tool. If you click it and then click somewhere in your canvas and type in what you want. So I want dunk and an exclamation mark. And then when you've done that, to move away you can just click somewhere else or click on the arrow tool, which is what I'm going to do because I want to move this into the middle of the screen, and these little dotted lines tell you whether you're lined up with the middle. Now we'll talk about the font and size first of all. So the properties panel down the bottom is where we can change everything about the text, but it will only appear if I've clicked on the writing. If I click away, this disappears and goes back to the canvas settings. If I click on the writing again, it loads this panel, and I've got lots of control here. So the font, for example, I forget which font I used, I think it was the Bauhaus 93, and we'll come back to colour, but this number is the size. So if I just increase that, and you can, if you want, just type a number into that box rather than having to use this slider. So if you want to go even bigger than 96, the biggest number on the slider, you can just type it in. And I'll move that back to the middle. There we go. Now one of the other things I did was change the colour to orange originally, which is why I'm using orange now. But if you click on this, you can choose any colour you like. There are ways to do some special fill options down here, like gradient fills, but for now just pick a colour you like, and I'm happy with one of these oranges, so we'll stay there. Okay, a couple of other tiny tweaks I did was change the tracking, or the kerning, the gap between the letters. I shrunk them together a bit by changing this value. All I did was just bring this number down a bit until the letters squished up. You can do the opposite and make them go apart, but we'll do more work on that in a future lesson. So I'll squish them together, and the final bit is to add a shadow. So if I click on filters and then shadow and glow, you can add a drop shadow, and you can play with the other filters in there, but I think drop shadow really makes your text stand out. And that's the basics of the text tool in Fireworks.